This is the Logitech G433. It's an impressive, sort of budget gaming headset with an included microphone as well as a removable cable, so you can actually use this as a on-the-go mobile sort of over-ear headset, which actually, especially for its styling and aesthetics with the sort of fabric outlining, means that it's actually quite possible, unlike some of the other headsets that are rather bulky and very gamer-esque, whereas you can also obviously use this connected to your PC via the USB adapter, and can use it as your prime gaming headset. So let's take a look. So starting off with what's in the box, you actually get a lot included in this package. So of course you get the headset itself, you actually get a nice if thin carrying case to keep them protected if you do want to take them around with you. You obviously get a removable cable. In fact, you actually get two removable cables. One is the mobile removable cable, so it's the more sort of rubber, it kind of tries to be a sort of non-tangle kind of type of rubber, but still fairly nice, and has an included microphone built into the cable itself, as well as a microphone mute button as well. And then you get the braided cable, which is meant for your more home use, connecting to your gaming system, and that one is, as I said, braided, doesn't have a microphone built in. You're expected to use the removable boom arm microphone that goes into the second sort of headphone jack on the left ear cup, and otherwise it does also have a control box in it for the microphone mute and overall volume as well. You'd also get a couple of other adapters in the box, including a USB to 4-pole adapter, which is actually pretty nice, works very well, and works well with your PC, or I believe also works on console as well, but you may want to check that one. And also you get a 4-pole to dual 3-pole adapter, so if you do want to use this with a a laptop or something like that, and you don't want to use one of your USB ports and you just want to use the standard 3.5mm headphone jacks, then you can do that. Now if you're using the USB adapter, this does allow for 7.1 audio, which is quite cool, although it's not something that I personally use on a day-to-day basis, despite my headset that I use normally, which is a Corsair Void Wireless, or Void Pro Wireless, actually having that feature. I generally tend to just leave it on the standard stereo option, but it's an option if you want it. Of course, the headset itself, obviously the biggest thing that you probably want to know is the comfort level. So for me, the weird thing about this headset is that it feels relatively cheap. The material, the sort of fiber material that they're using for this sort of, I guess, material pattern is decent enough, although it does feel a little bit cheap in the hands, and the overall build quality does feel decent enough, but it doesn't feel like the most robust and the most high quality feeling headset I've ever had. The overall actual comfort level on the head is pretty decent. They do have fairly tight clamping force and obviously adjustability, as you probably just heard, but otherwise it is still nice enough. I don't think you'd have any problem with long gaming sessions, but just bear that in mind. If you don't like the sort of tight clamping force, this might not quite be for you. Now when it comes to actual sound quality, it's actually pretty decent. I was surprised at how well these performed, both in music, video and film watching, and in gaming as well. So I think if you're planning on picking these up as a sort of multi-purpose, mobile device headphones, as well as your gaming system at home headphones, I think these are actually a pretty decent shout and offer that nice kind of flexibility. And while they do look to be a sort of open back design, they do actually appear to be a closed back design, so you probably won't be disturbing too many people on the train if you do need to use these. Here's a quick test on the Logitech G433's built-in microphone. Okay, so this is a quick test of the Logitech G433's built-in inline microphone. It's very specific. I'm not using the boom arm one, I will be in a second. I just want to make it clear that you may or may not have seen the footage of me trying to record to OBS with this USB adapter with the microphones, and there was a really, it was completely inaudible. There was a horrific sort of interpolation with the audio going on that just completely broke it. I'm currently recording separately to my phone with the inline microphone, because both of these are 4-pole adapters, so this will work fine on my phone, and the recordings on the phone were working perfectly, so I'm not really sure what was going on there, but yeah, very strange. So once again, I'm testing the Logitech G443 headset, or 433 headsets, with the boom arm microphone this time, with the braided sort of more PC center cable. Again, recording to my phone, and then having some secondary audio for syncing with the Zoom H1. So I might switch over to that just so that you can hear the difference between a more sort of semi-professional desk mic and the built-in microphone here. But again, it seems like the audio feedback, which I was trying to mention in the last version of this, where I was using the USB USB adapter. That seems like it is based in the USB adapter, so all of the pass-through audio, so you hear what your microphone hears kind of thing, is all done in the USB adapter. And I don't know whether that's a software issue or a firmware update that needs to happen or something like that, but I assume that this isn't a serious issue, but I will be speaking to Logitech just to make sure. But otherwise, if you are recording to your phone, for example, and not using the USB adapter, or even if you're just connected to your PC through the standard headphone jack, you will not get any audio pass-through back to your headset, as that's something that only the USB adapter does. So would I recommend these to someone who's looking for a new gaming headset, especially in the more budget range? Well, potentially. They're a pretty decent headset. Obviously, there's a lot of flexibility in what you can use them for, whether it's with your mobile device or whether it's with your PC or your console. And of course, if you are planning on using this just as a gaming headset anyway, they do have the removable boom arm microphone. You also have overall pretty decent sound quality. The removable cable is also quite nice. So yeah, the overall, I think the only thing that I would really kind of mark this down for is the overall cheap feel of the headset. It's certainly not a premium kind of feeling headset when you hold it in your hands. It's certainly very light, which is nice for how long it's on your head, but yeah, just the overall material feel just doesn't feel that great. Moving on to the scoring, for me, I think this has to be a 4.5 value for money. In terms of performance, it did a really good job, and I'm going to give it a 5 here. And in terms of functionality, I'm going to go with, I think, a 4.5. When it comes to the styling, for me, this is going to be a 4, and in terms of TechteamGB score, it's going to be a 4.5 and a gold award. It's an impressive headset, it's a decent price point, and it's got a lot of functionality for the price point and for the style of headset that it is, so I'm really impressed there. If you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and of course if you have any questions about the headset as well, also feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I do try and get back to everyone as soon as I can. Of course, if you want to know more about this headset, feel free to take a look at the link in the description down below. Of course, if you want to support me and help me make these videos on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday basis, there's a Patreon link in the links in the description down below where you can get some rewards for helping me out. And if you want to just sort of non-monetarily, or at least non-directly monetarily support me, you can check out the Amazon and Overclockers UK affiliate links in the description down below, which massively help out too. There is some other videos over here for you. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.